Hey, John here again with yet another update on my triplex project house. I wasn't quite planning on posting another update because I wanted to wait until the upstairs framing is finished. It'll be a while before it gets done because of course I'm gaining some delays, mostly because people don't show up for work, so I'm a little late with that. So it's gonna be another few weeks before I finished framing upstairs. But I thought this staircase right here deserved its own chapter, its own video update. Here we go. Let's get right to it. So today is April 12th, 2020. The other day I finished framing these stairs. There's not much special about these stairs, you know, it's typical framing. There is some calculation and math involved in calculating the correct razor height and the stringer angle, but let me show you the difference, what I came up with to preserve some dimensions and design language in my house. This is a typical stringer, right? The angle's been calculated at 33 degrees, running all the way up to the bridge. And what I wanted to focus on is this transition, this little area over here, how the stringers are connected. All right, I'm not using any support brackets, neither here or up there. I just use a gazillion nails and screws, long screws, screwed diagonally to this kind of header. This board right here is actually supplementing the header that would normally be here. All right, normally the wall, the supporting wall, this wall right here, it would normally extend all the way through, and there would be like a little door installed so you can get in that space under the stairs, used as a storage or whatever. But I wanted to keep this area open, so I deleted the header so there's more headspace for walking through, right? Because this is obviously a little lower than a regular ceiling, so you have more comfortable access to the underneath under staircase storage, right? So I deleted the header. That's one thing. So I added another 2x7. It's not 2x6 or 2x8. It's more like 2x7 size when compared to American sizes. And the stringer is actually attached to it from the side to this extra board, and of course to the 2x8, that's 2x8 frame, that's the landing. It's screwed and nailed sufficiently, I think, maybe even too much to that, so it should be sturdy enough, strong enough to support whatever weight is gonna be stressing this stringer. And the same technique is applied up there. There's no support bracket. I just added two 2x8s here, and all the screws and nails are nailed to it, so that's pretty much the same strength as the support bracket. So this is one thing. And the other thing is, as you can see here, this stringer is a little bit offset from these support studs, right? The support studs are not actually underneath the stringer. The reason is that I wanted to preserve the width of this walkthrough the same as the hallway at the other side. There's a door in the bathroom. That's what caused this little offset. Now I know that normally these studs would be like straight underneath the stringer, so it gets lots of support, but I decided to do it like this to test it if it's going to be strong enough, and I think it should do it. You know, there's still lots of material left right here to support it, and this is not typical 2x12. It's actually more like 3 inches wide, 3 inches thick, right? So this is more like 3 by 12. I think this should be strong enough to support the weight of the person walking up the stairs. You know, I just wanted to, you know, preserve the dimensions of this walk-through opening, so it's wide enough for comfortable maneuvering of a baby stroller or a bicycle or whatever you want to store down here. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. You know, other than that, as you can see, I'm using lots of screws and nails. All these supporting 2x8s are screwed in so they don't get loose. You know, the nails over time get loose and the stairs start squeaking and stuff. So I added some really long screws going through, you know, from both sides. That should prevent squeaking in the future. And overall, it's really solid structure and it should be good for years. And also it's really nice design. You know, even before I started building all this, I calculated, you know, the height, how it's gonna end up over here, you know, the width of the door. So there's enough room left for the moldings and stuff. It's gonna be all covered up with drywall, you know, all of that. I'm even gonna add some outlets. Like there's gonna be outlets on the other side for charging your e-bike or whatever you need to get charged. So it's like hidden around the corner, and also there's gonna be some lights so you can light it up. Some LED lights maybe. So this is actually entrance to the living room, right? You have a nice French door, you know, coming out of the sitting area. There's gonna be fireplace right here. Kitchen is over here, you know, in L-shaped kitchen, and you can set your dining table over here. There's another door going out to your terrace or whatever. Behind that wall there's the same unit, you know, this is 3 identical units, and the same thing is going on behind this wall, this kitchen and living room. So I'm in the middle unit, and right now I'm looking from the living room towards the main entrance door, right? So this is the main entrance, and this is all kind of open when walking from the living room to the entry foyer. So when I enter, I'm gonna see this wide open space all the way up to the roof, sloping roof, and there's gonna be a skylight in the middle, and hopefully I'll have enough room to hang a chandelier somewhere on top of the window down. I wanted to hang a chandelier, but it looks like there isn't gonna be enough room, so I'm gonna figure out the lighting some different way, you know, maybe just some spotlights or whatever. So there's probably not gonna be enough room for the skylight, but anyway, even I mean for the chandelier, but even without the chandelier, it's gonna be really nice, like a entrance area, entrance foyer. It's gonna make you feel like this apartment, this house is like really roomy, even though it's really not that roomy. It's just regular 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, right? So when you walk in, you have this nice entrance to your living room, and also your master bedroom that's full of 2x4s right now is on the ground floor. Big door again to your front porch, and this is the master bathroom. All right, so let me finally walk up these stairs, you know, and see how it feels. I mean, they are really sturdy. I mean, there's no squeaking right now. It's really sturdy. There's no flexing, no vibration, nothing. This is like really solid structure. This is what it looks like from the upstairs. So these are my first stairs. So this is my first staircase ever. I've never built staircase before. I've seen it done. I renovated a bunch of them, but I never actually built one from scratch, okay, to calculate the height of the first step, you know, from the finished tiled floor. You know, the first step is different height than the rest of the steps. The same applies to the last step, which is a different height. You know, it's going to be a carpet, so it's going to be a little lower. So the first and last step is different height. You need to calculate the correct sloping angle from the finished edges of the staircase. So I calculated all that. I mean, it's not a rocket science, but there's some math involved in that. There's a bunch of information on the internet. I just did my own research and built it. So these were my first stairs. One more look at it, and I need to build 2 more of these. So this is still waiting for me. Once I'm done with the attic, I'm gonna build the rest of the stairs. I just needed to build one right now so I can comfortably walk up and down, you know, hauling stuff up here. So this is for the stairs. And what else been happening? As is obvious, above me there's tons of insulation. So this is first layer of an insulation installed. We installed this last week. This is a 6-inch insulation. The plastic is just temporary. It's going to be removed once the ceiling structure is installed. That's what I'll be doing today, actually. So what I'll be doing today, out of these 2x8s, 2x7s, you know, this is kind of odd size, not common in United States. I'm gonna add that on top of this so I can install one more layer of the insulation. So it's gonna be like double thickness than what it is. The insulation is gonna be really thick, so I think it should be sufficient enough to stop the heat from the roof coming inside. And on top of this, on top of these 2x7s, is gonna be attached drywall. So that's what I'm gonna start working on today. There's lots of measuring gonna be involved, because this is another thing I've never done before. So for the past week or so, many days, I've been trying to figure out a system of how I'm actually gonna execute on this, and I came up with some ideas. So I think I have it pretty much figured out. So this all has been covered with first layer of insulation, as you can see behind me and everywhere. And I also wanted to show what else been going on the outside of the house. So let's walk outside and see, because lots of work's been done on the exterior of the house as well. I really enjoy, you know, walking around this house and see all the studs and all the framing up. I mean, this is amazing. This is spectacular work, and I've done it by myself with help of my helper, just cutting the boards for me sometimes. But he wasn't showing up for work as he should. So let's see. It's kind of against the sun, so I don't know if it's gonna be visible enough on the video. The roof, the old roof, has been stripped down. The old sheet metal has been stripped down. And let me walk more this way, so the sun isn't in the way. As you can see, there's some progress on the roof as well. Old sheet metal has been stripped down, and the new grid for the new roof sheet metal has been installed. So this is pretty much ready for the new sheet metal, except it still needs to be like evened out, because it's not really straight, it's not really even. Not because I cannot install something straight, but you know, the house is about 120 130 years old, and the roof rafters, you know, are all bowing down, so it's not really straight. It needs to be straightened out, and this is kind of next thing that needs to be done before the sheet metal is installed. So this is one thing that's been completed, and the roof's been done on both sides. And also we started some digging. I hired a couple of gypsies to do some digging for me, and I started taking care of the moisture issue in the basement. There's water standing in the basement. This is like a entry to the basement. It's not usable basement. It's not gonna be used for anything. It's more like a crawl space, but I need to get the water out of there without using any kind of sump pumps. There's actually like a sewage system, right? Manhole. So I'm taking advantage of that I have that actually on my property. This is actually public facility, and I dug a hole down there and bore a hole into it, and this pipe is actually sloping down a little bit, so it should take away the water from the basement to that sewage system. So hopefully I'll get away with it, but there's no other way to do it. All right, so we already started digging, which is good news, and we're gonna continue digging over the span of next couple of few weeks, maybe months, because this whole area, there's gonna be lots of digging. There's gonna be a main water supply connection right behind me where I'm standing. There's gonna be 3 separate septic tanks installed in the ground, and also around the house there's gonna be 3 separate reservoirs for the rainwater coming from the roof. So each unit is gonna have its own reservoir for the rainwater for watering your yard or whatever. All right, so there's gonna be lots of digging around the house, and then, you know, after all this digging is done, all this needs to be cultivated, you know, leveled and everything. So it's gonna be lots of work, but it needs to be done. There's no way around it. All right, so this is for today's update. Let me wrap it up. And what I'm gonna try to do today is actually I'm gonna wear my GoPro on my head today, and I'm gonna record my work process in the real time. You know, it's not gonna be a time lapse this time. So this video is gonna show the actual pace of me working and figuring things out. So let's get right to it. This is John. Stay tuned for future videos.
You already messed it up.